Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss about phases of clinical trials. So, before discussing about clinical trials, we all need to understand some basic steps that are involved in drug development. So, initially, we will get NCE, that is new chemical entity. After that, we perform preclinical studies, that is on animals. After that, we file INDA. INDA is investigational new drug application. After that, we perform clinical trials on human beings. After that, we file NDA, new drug application, and finally, there is the approval of new drug. Now, we will study about the different studies that are involved in drug development. Initially in vitro studies, after that animal testing, then clinical testing, and finally the drug comes in market. So in vitro studies, we perform various studies like dissolution, in vitro release, its various properties, its mechanism and all. So in vitro studies, what we are doing, whatever our lead product is, either it's biological product or chemical synthesized product, we need to determine its efficacy, its particular mechanism. And once we will get the positive results of in vitro studies, we further move to the animal testing. And animal testing we perform on animals, various animals we use, like mice, rat, rabbit, and so other. And after the positive results of clinical trials, we move further to clinical trials. In clinical trials, there are different phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. In phase 1, we check its pharmacokinetic properties, that the drug is safe or not. In phase 2, we check either it's working on patients or not. In phase 3, we are performing double blind tests. In phase 4, it is post-marketing surveillance. Post-marketing surveillance means when the drugs comes in marketing, still we need to collect some data. So initially, in vitro studies takes around 0 to 2 years. Then animal studies around 2 to 4 years. Clinical trials 4 to 8 years. And marketing, it will be around like 20 years. Why we are saying about 20 years? It is on based on the patent. Once we are filing the patent, when we got our new drug, we file the patent. And at the time of filing the patent, up to 20 years, it comes under the patent category. So after 20 years, patent will automatically expires, and hence that particular drug will become generic. पानी लेने की बात। Now, what is the objective of clinical trials? So basically, to assess whether a drug is of value in the treatment or prophylaxis of the treatment or condition, it risks or undesirable effects. We need to check in clinical trials also the benefit risk ratio, that the developed drug is having more benefits or more risk. In case if a particular drug is having more risk, that cannot be used for the patients. So that particular ratio, benefit risk ratio, is required to determine. Now, the regulatory framework for clinical trials in different countries, different guidelines are followed. In India, we follow ICH GCP guidelines, and different countries follows like CIOMS, Council for the International Organization of Medical Sciences, and WHO. These are the essentials which are required for clinical trials. Follow the GCP guidelines, appropriate protocol, adequate sample size, IBR approval, provision of monitoring and auditing, report writing and publication, and finally the informed consent. Now, what these are the things which are included in clinical trial protocol. Title and abstract. Introduction. Introduction includes general statement of purpose, complete preclinical results on animal study, clinical data if available, time frame. Goals include primary and secondary objectives, study designs, type of study, recruitment criteria, exclusion inclusion criteria, randomization criteria and sample size, duration of study, data analysis, which include case report form, statistical analysis plan, and bibliography. Now there are different phases, as I told you earlier: phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. In phase 0 we give generally very less amount of overdose, that is micro dose, in clinical trials. Okay, in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, in phase 1 and phase 2 we generally get the proof of concept, that what we are, like, we are saying that is it really working or not. And in phase 3 and phase 4 finally we do the confirmatory tests, like confirmatory of clinical trials. And as I told you earlier, phase 4 is also known as post marketing surveillance. Now we will further discuss about the different phases. In phase 1, the population involved is healthy volunteers. In phase 2, the population involved is target disease patients, like if we are developing a drug for diabetic patient, so in this particular phase we have to involve the diabetic patients. In phase 3, target disease patients, same, the particular disease patient. And in phase 4, mixed patient, because the drug will come in market, a person may be suffering from other disease as well. The sample size of phase 1 is 20 to 80, means we are involving around 20 to 80 people. In phase 2, 200 to 300 patients. In phase 3, 100 to 1000 patients. And in phase 4, more than 1000 patients. Duration of first phase is 1 month. Phase 2 is several months. Phase 3 several years. Phase 4 ongoing, because it is post marketing surveillance. So after the drug comes in marketing, we don't know that for how much time it will stay in the market, that it will be used. In phase 1, the design which is followed is non-blind, as the person who is taking the drug as well as the person who is giving the drugs both know about the effects of the drug, that what kind of drug they are administering. In phase 2, single blind, that is the person who is taking the drug doesn't know about the particular drug, but the person who is giving knows about the drug. In phase 3, double blind test, means not the person taking the drug or not the person giving the drug knows about that particular drug. And phase 4 involves uncontrollable design. Now, phase 1. In phase 1, the effects of the drug is checked in a small number of volunteers. If the drug is expected to have significant toxicity, as it is often the case in cancer and AIDS therapy, volunteer patients with the disease are used in phase 1 rather than normal volunteers. Phase 1 trials are done to determine whether humans and animals shows significantly different responses to the drug and to establish safe clinical dosage range. These trials are not blind or open, that is, both the investigator and the subject know what is being given. This phase includes trial designed to assess the safety, that is pharmacovigilance, tolerability, pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamics of a drug. These trials are often conducted in an inpatient clinic where the subject can be observed by full-time staff. The subject who received the drug is usually observed until several half-lives of the drug have passed. Phase 1 trial also include dose ranging also, called dose escalation studies so that appropriate dose for therapeutic use can be found. SAD. SAD is known as single ascending dose, and MAD, multiple ascending dose studies are done. Now, phase 2. In phase 2, the drug is studied for the first time in patient with the target disease to determine its efficacy. A small number of patients, that is 100 to 200, are studied in great detail. When the development process for a new drug fails, then usually occurs during phase 2 trials when the drug is discovered not to work as planned or to have toxic effects. So many drugs which comes in clinical trials get rejected in phase 4, phase 2. Phase 2 studies are sometimes divided into phase 2A and phase 2B. Phase 2A, designed to assess dosing requirements, how much dose should be given. Phase 2B, designed to show efficacy, how well the drug works at the prescribed dose. Phase 2 trials are usually done in special clinical centers, that is university hospitals, example university hospitals. A broader range of toxicities may be detected in this phase. Now phase 3. In phase 3, the drug is evaluated in much larger number of patients, sometimes thousands, to further establish safety and efficacy. Using information gathered in phase 1 and phase 2, phase 3 trials are designed to minimize error caused by placebo effects, variable course of the diseases, etc. Therefore, double-blind and crossover techniques are frequently used. Phase 3 studies can be difficult to design and execute and are usually expensive because of the large number of patients involved and the masses of data that must be collected and analyzed. The investigators are usually specialists in the disease being treated. So particularly what is happening in clinical trials, if we are making a drug, like inventing a drug for cancer, so the investigator should be specialist for that particular disease. Certain toxic effects, especially those caused by immunological processes, may first become apparent in phase 3. Now phase 4. Phase 4, also known as post-marketing surveillance trial. Phase 4 studies may be required by clinical authorities, by regulatory authorities, or may be undertaken by the sponsor company for competitive finding a new market for the drug, to check the drug interaction with the other drugs. Certain population groups such as pregnant women who are unlikely to subject themselves to trials. So in all these three phases, like first phase, second phase and third phase, we cannot give the drug to particular pregnant women or elderly patients. But in phase 4, when the drugs comes in the market, so it can be taken by the pregnant woman as well. So we need to have need to have regular touch, like get all the details to check its like interaction with other drugs, or it is some unusual effects are showing or not. This constitutes monitoring the safety of the new drug under actual conditions of use in large number of population. The sample size required to disclose drug-induced events or toxicity is very large for such rare events. Careful and complete reporting of toxicity by physicians after marketing begins is very important. Low incidence drug effects will not generally be decided before phase 4, no matter how carefully the studies are executed. Adverse effects detected by phase 4 trials may result in withdrawal or restriction of a drug. Hope you understand about the different phases of clinical trials. Thank you.